on People versus Kevin Raleigh, I'm going to set this for a live exam 1 week from today on June the 23rd at 11:45. All right.
Thank you. And Judge, may I address bond?
Yep, go ahead.
So Mr. Rowley is 24 years old. He's living with his parents. As you'll see, his dad, Mr. Rowley Sr., is on Zoom with us. This past fall, Mr. Rowley was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, and he's been on SSI since this fall. You know, this alleged incident is stemming from really a mental health issue. He is in treatment with Lincoln Behavioral Health Center. The $5,000 bond that he currently has is not something he's able to afford. So I'd ask that the court grant him a personal bond. And if the court is, again, I don't believe he's a flight risk, but if the court is concerned about community, that the court could impose a GPS tether, but would just ask that you grant a personal bond for Mr. Rowley.
APA Curry, he doesn't have a criminal history.
Not to my knowledge, Judge.
And I don't see anything in the file. Mr. Curry?
Judge, the people would leave this to your discretion.
I'll amend it to a personal bond with the GPS tether.
Thank you, Judge.
Actually,
Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. DeMont Grady, I'll just reduce it to a personal bond.
Great. Thank you.
All
Thank you,
right.
ma'am.
And then I will see you, Mr. Rowley. Dad, where's Dad at? I saw Dad on here. Dad, he has to take, if he's been diagnosed, got to get him, make sure he's taking his medication. Mr. Rowley, you have to take the medication that you've been prescribed and don't take anything else. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a condition of your bond. So if you're not taking your meds, or if you refuse to obey whatever your dad, you got to stay with your dad and take your meds, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I'll see you in my courtroom, not like this. You're gonna come live in my courtroom next Wednesday, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, all right, Dad, got it, understand?
You probably heard.
Yeah, he's good, I know, he was having some problems. All right, Mr. Montgrady, you're all set, thank you. I
Great, thank
won't
you,
see
Judge.
you next week, but I appreciate you
Absolutely.
getting somebody else to do it.
Thank you, Your Honor. You're a highly motivator, highly dedicated. I love this. Thank you.
Thanks. Yep. Have a great day. All right, Mr. Curry, let's move on to Nicole Booth, which is with Mr. Randazzo. He was just retained. What's the discovery status on that?
The discovery status is we have paper, Judge. I can send that to Mr. Randazzo immediately. I checked digital as well. There appears to be a file under the police number, but it does not have any evidence in it, so I will have to call the OIC about that, but I can get paper discovery to Mr. Randazzo immediately.
All right. And did you want a short adjournment, Mr. Randazzo?
If we could, Judge, please.
Yep, I can do whatever you want. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
How about June 30th?
June 30th? Okay, pick a time between every 15 minutes between 8:45 and 9:45.
How about 9:45?
All right, that will be on June 30th at 9:45 by Zoom with Judge Martin. And I think actually we're trying to, you may have to call your client, Mr. Randazzo. Do you have her phone number?
I do.
Why don't you call her because she has logged on. We've had some difficulties with her this morning. Oh, and you know what, Mr. Randazzo, I signed a fingerprint order for her. So
Okay.
you're gonna tell her that she's gotta go in the next week to Sumter Township. Heather, are you gonna mail this out? How are you gonna get it to her? Miss Booth, your attorney's gonna call you. We're gonna adjourn it, but you're gonna get an email from your attorney and in the mail from us that you've got to go get fingerprinted, okay?
They already did that
You already did it?
at the jail.
Oh, okay. Heather, will you double check? Well, I signed an order. If we double check it, then you'll be good, okay?
Yes,
Heather,
ma'am.
is there a way for us to verify that? Maybe, possibly. All right.
All right.
Yeah, she's gonna verify it. Council, if it still needs to be done, you'll get an email. Otherwise, she'll be good, okay?
Okay, very good.
All right, thank you. You're all set, Ms. Booth.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Mr. Lawrence, we're ready on People versus Devin Hackney.
I'm ready, Judge. Good morning to you.
Good morning. And I think we already have, don't we already have a date on this?
We
Yes.
do, July 15.
Yeah, oh, I do have it. Okay. How's the discovery stuff going? How did the issue with getting the property back?
Your Honor,
go?
I did speak with Mr. Lawrence. There are some items that are missing. I got a list from my client. I'm going to send that in writing to Mr. Lawrence. He's going to check with the family, give them an opportunity to respond about those items. And then if they deny that, then my client has civil recourse
Yeah.
after the case is pending, done.
That's fine.
Otherwise, it went fine, Judge, as far as arranging to, have the individuals go to the house and get the stuff and get the vehicle. And we had a standby
Okay.
civil police officer assisting it. And so
Yeah,
How's the discovery moving along?
we're good, Judge, and we're ready to go on July 15th.
Okay, perfect. You know how to get a hold of me if you need anything else. Otherwise, I'll see you on July 15th.
Thank you, Judge.
all right,
All
thank you,
right,
Judge.
thanks.
Thank you,
Anything
Ms.
else?
Foster.
No, Your Honor. Mr. Hackney, sign off.
We're good. All right, thank you. Miss Mishan, what case are you on?
I have Mr. Ward. We're here a little early, Judge. He's on your iPhone and he intends to waive his right to a preliminary examination. We thought maybe you'd
Okay,
like to
yeah.
handle that early.
Of course, that works for me. What time was he set at?
10:30.
He was set at 10:30. Got it. Nope, it works for me. People versus Dominic Ward. Mr. Ward, can you hear me?
You need to
You
unmute,
got-
my dear.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you were nodding when I said he was looking all confused. It's because it was your client. Okay.
Absolutely. We fixed it, Judge.
Yeah, I got it. Good enough. All right, Mr. Ward, you understand that by waiving the exam that you're giving up your right to have testimony taken whereby the prosecution would have to prove probable cause that a crime was committed and probable cause to believe that you were involved in the commission of that crime. And by signing the waiver by Zoom or consenting by Zoom, you're giving up that right. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
And you'll be bound over on these charges.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant and his attorney having consented to the waiver by Zoom, I'll bind the defendant over the arraignment on the information. I think it's going to be 2 weeks from today on June the 30th. And I'll continue the bond. Ms. Michon, anything else for the record today?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much for squeezing us in.
Oh, yeah, no worries. I'm trying to figure out, do we know what the bond is? Oh, it's $5,000 personal bond. Okay, I got it. All right, you are all set. Have a great day.
Thank you so much. Mr. Ward, you can hang up and we'll talk a little later, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Be safe.
And Ms. Belcher, are you hanging out because you're my in-house for pretrials?
Yes, Judge, I'm your pretrial house counsel.
Perfect. Then we're all set then. On the Galaxy A11, what is your last name?
That's true.
What is it?
Albert Johnston.
Johnston?
Yes.
I got you, Mr. Johnston. Hang on just a second. Let me pull your files. And Mr. Curry, that is a no insurance and a driving on suspended. I have Ms. Belcher on. What's the offer on that case?
That's the Johnson case, Judge?
Yep, it's a pretrial that's set at 9:15.
There we go. Okay, I found it. Judge, I don't have, I picked up these files yesterday and I'm assisting Ms. Gillis today. I don't have any offers written in the docket sheet. And full disclosure, I'm still learning of how to make offers. But Ms. Gillis just walked in. I think she just stepped out. I can ask her about any offers when she returns.
Okay. Hang out just a second, Mr. Johnston.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Ms. Simona. I have you checked in on Bekowitz and on Bowman Daniels. Is that correct?
That's correct. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. And we're waiting on Mr. Forrest and Mr. Parker. I have Ms. Bowman on, and we're waiting on Mr. Bekowitz. So as soon as I get them, I'll do the cases.
No problem. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks. No insurance is a mystery.
Judge, I have it
So
all.
we have Mr. Parker joining us, so we can go ahead and do Ms. Bowman Daniels' case. Good morning, Mr. Parker. How are you?
Good, Your Honor. What about yourself?
Pretty good. I know you like it when you jump on and I call your case right away.
Yeah.
People versus Melissa Bowman Daniels. On behalf of the people, Ms. Simona.
Yes, good morning, Judge. Anita Simona, Assistant Prosecutor for the People, P45356. Judge, since they are charged as co-defendants, I would like for them to.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't realize it. That's not a problem. Now, on Mr. Bekowitz. Mr. Parker, while we're waiting on Mr. Bekowitz and his attorney, do you need a breakout room with Ms. Bowman?
Nah, we've talked before.
Okay.
We're just
perfect.
waiting to put the case together. May
Okay,
I ask-
what do we think, Ms. Simona, Mr. Parker, what do we think we're doing today?
We're going to set probably a preliminary examination. We need to get into the case. We were certainly waiting for the co-defendant to catch up.
Oh, okay. Does everybody have all the discovery?
I'm not 100% sure I have everything. I do have discovery. And again, I believe that maybe the people might be adding something. Am I wrong on this?
I don't think so at this point. I'll be filing a motion, or I'll be filing a discovery order myself on both counsel that I would ask the court to sign. I'm hoping to get that to you later today.
Okay.
This is the first time that the Mr. Bekowitz would appear before you. We were
Okay.
waiting for him. So we'll wait for counsel on that too.
Yep, then I'll wait and deal with it now. But if it's not all ready, I'd rather not set it. I don't want to, I want everybody to be prepared. I don't want to set an exam and, have
Makes
that
sense.
precious time melted away when if
Absolutely.
everybody's not ready.
Very
Okay,
good.
then just
May I
hang out
ask-
for a few, and as soon as we get everybody, we'll do it. The person
May I
that,
ask who is
just
co-counsel
got
on that
on,
case?
on the iPhone, what's your last name? Mr. Curry, did you figure out what the plea is going to be possibly, or offer is going to be on Mr. Johnston?
Yes, Judge. I just spoke to APA Gillis and she told me that the people's offer at this time would be to dismiss the no insurance count and keep the driving with license suspended count.
Ms. Belcher, the ticket would be, are you there? The ticket would be $345 if he pled. Mr. Johnston, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with the court-appointed attorney. So all you have to do is hit join and she'll talk to you about the case.
Okay.
The person with the identifier of Corey C. What case are you on? You're Mr. Robinson's, correct?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Just mute yourself and hang out and we'll, as soon as Mr. Robinson jumps on, we'll do your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then once again, the person with the iPhone, can you unmute and tell me who you are? Or not?
Your Honor, I have some information on our cases.
Yes?
We thought that maybe the co-defendant would be with Judge Oakley. Is he doing a docket today?
He's not.
No, Judge, I can
Okay.
add information on that. It was before Judge Oakley last week for the
Yeah.
first time, and then I asked Judge Oakley to put it on for today so that they
To
can
join the
together.
cases.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
then, my client felt that he was with Judge Oakley. May I find out who the co-counsel is, please?
Yeah, co-counsel is attorney Matthew Forrest.
Thank you.
Sergeant Cup, what are you here on?
Hi there, Your Honor. I apologize for being late. I was apparently in the wrong Zoom room.
You're not late that I know of. I wasn't expecting you. What case are you on?
Okay, so I have Miss Shayla Davis.
Okay. Yep, she hasn't appeared.
Okay, that's the only one I have, I believe, with you. So I guess if she's not here, well, what's the next step at this point?
Well, I'm doing felonies and stuff, so you can sit and wait. I don't default people until the end of the docket at 11:30.
Okay.
So,
Can I give a
or
phone number?
you can, pardon?
I was gonna say, can I give a phone number and if they show up?
You can give a phone number to Miss Gillis, absolutely. Why don't you message in a chat and give the phone number to Miss Gillis if she shows up?
Okay. I will try that. Let me see if I can figure that out. Very good. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Mr. Sullivan.
May I interrupt? Sergeant Cup, if you put your number in the chat, the prosecutor who's handling the docket can probably get in touch with you.
That's what I asked him to do.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. That is what
Sorry,
I asked him to do, though. I said to do it directly to her, though, instead of to everyone.
Yeah.
Mr. Sullivan, I muted you. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, there it is.
All right, good. Miss Gillis, is there an offer on Cortez Sullivan?
Yeah, he can plead to the GWLS 1 and we'll dismiss the 2 and the driving while license not valid.
All right, Mr. Sullivan, I'm going to have you talk to Miss Belcher, who's the court-appointed attorney. She's in a breakout room with somebody else, so give me just a minute and I'll put you in a room with her, okay?
Okay.
So just mute yourself and hang out for a minute.
Okay.
Sergeant, did you figure out the messaging?
Yes, ma'am. I'm in the process. Thank you.
Okay, good.
last night. My husband was, oh, I made your appointment for 4:40. You said late in the afternoon.
Ms. Belcher, did you have enough time with the defendant?
Yes, Judge, I'm ready on Johnston. I did have an opportunity to meet with him in a breakout room. I also met with Ms. Gillis and renegotiated the deal. They are willing to offer him a no ops and they'll dismiss the other misdemeanor. He does wish to take advantage of that.
Is that correct, Mr. Johnston?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that by pleading guilty to no ops, that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form? And is it
Yes.
true that on or about May the 4th of this year, you were at the airport and you didn't have a valid driver's license in your possession?
Yes.
It's the same price that I quoted you before, Ms. Belcher. It's $345.
He would ask for a payment plan of $50 a month starting in July. I do have a phone number and an email address for him.
Can you shoot it to me or give it to me?
Yeah, it's 810-333-6476.
And an email?
His first name, last name, III142@gmail.
III142
Yes,
at
ma'am.
Gmail. Perfect. All right. I will give you the $50 a month payment plan. They'll send it to you, make the payments, and you'll be done with us, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Miss Belcher, now I have
too.
Mr. Sullivan, Cortez Sullivan, 2 cases. He also has a payment plan that he's got to pay. Mr. Sullivan, you know you have a payment due today, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Ms. Belcher, the offer is driving on suspended first and the other cases would be dismissed. It's a total of $445 in fines and costs. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with him. Mr. Sullivan, all you have to do is hit join and the court-appointed attorney will meet you in the breakout room, okay?
Okay.
Just hit join.
All right.
Mr. Robinson, you're here on Corey Collins. People versus Corey Collins.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Steve Robinson appeared on behalf of Corey Collins.
And Ms. Gillis, is there an offer in the Collins matter?
Is that a misdemeanor?
It is.
Let's see it in here. Oh, got it. Hold on. Let me look. No, I mean, this is 6 months. It's about the smallest misdemeanor you can get.
Yes, and my file indicates that it's going to be set for a jury trial. Is that still correct, Mr. Robinson?
It is, Judge.
Okay, hang on one second. Yeah, in some respects, I think that this needs to be set for a fine. This case is from 2017. It needs to be set for a final pretrial with the victim to appear. I'm going to make that next week, Mr. Robinson, because I'm not going to put this on. I mean, we have whatever 30 jury trials apiece between the 3 judges in this case, and I'm not going to set a 2017 telephone use case for a jury trial and waste time if we're not going to have a victim that's going to appear. So I'm going to set this matter over for 1 week for the victim to appear by Zoom. Do you understand, Ms. Gillis?
Yep.
So June the 23rd at 10:45, victim must appear.
I'm sorry, Judge, what time?
10:45,
Thank you, Judge.
June the 23rd at 10:45. Do you understand, Mr. Collins? I'll see you in the same way by Zoom next week, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, yep, see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.
I have Mr. Bekowitz. Don't have the attorney yet, Ms. Simona.
Okay, Judge, I'm here. So whenever we see Mr. Forrest jump on.
Yep.
happy to-
No, absolutely.
Thank you, Judge.
It won't be Mr. Forrest, it'll be Mark Lakin. Here's Mark
Oh,
right
he's
now.
here. He's on.
So we're
Yeah,
good.
okay, perfect.
We're good.
Good morning, Mr. Lakin. How are you?
Good morning, Judge Green. Good, thank you.
People versus Melissa Bowman Daniels and Jude Bekowitz.
Good morning, Judge. For the people, Nida Simone, Assistant Prosecutor, P45356.
And good morning, NDS Detroit by James Parker on behalf of Ms. Bowman Daniels, P53832.
And I'm
And we
Mark
had-
Lake.
Go ahead,
Mark
Mr.
Lakin.
Lakin, sorry.
I'm sorry, Mark Lakin, P41147 on behalf of Mr. Berkowitz. Is Mr. Berkowitz signed on?
He is. It's
Good.
Bekowitz, I think.
I'm sorry,
But-
Berkowitz. Yeah.
Yep, he's also in here. This matter was set for PCC today. My understanding is there's some discovery that's still going back and forth. What's the status?
Mr. Lakin, are you in the same office with Mr. Forrest and Mr. Gonick?
I'm not, I'm retained in.
Okay, so then we have to start fresh because I had shared discovery with Mr. Forrest. So did you just get retained, Mr. Lakin?
Yeah, I did get, I believe 17 pages of discovery. It's probably what you sent, Mr. Forrest.
That's accurate. I mean, I don't know exact number, but that's about right. I'm planning on filing a discovery request as to both counsel. Mr. Lakin, I can certainly put my email in the chat if you need to talk to me about anything, or I know Mr. Parker has that email.
Yeah, that's fine.
So do we need to adjourn this then for discovery?
I would
Let's do
say
that.
yes, just to make sure that we are all on the same page to be safe, Judge.
The person with the phone identifier of 36 or 6826, please mute yourself and I'll talk to you in just a minute. All right, how much time do you guys need? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? What's your request? Mr. Lakin, Mr. Parker, Ms. Simona, any preference?
Would it be on a Wednesday as well, Judge?
It's all Wednesdays, yeah.
All Wednesdays.
All the adjournments, all of the PCCs are on Wednesday mornings.
So I have, next Wednesday is kind of rough. The 30th, I have something else in circuit court, but
On the 7th, I'm on vacation.
I mean, I can go out as far as, the 14th of next month, but
14th would be fine.
Yeah.
14th.
Yeah,
would
it's
be
good.
Mr.
fine.
Good with-
Lakin?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, pick a time, anytime 9 o'clock to 9:45 every 15 minutes.
9 o'clock would be fine for me.
9 o'clock's great.
I would
Ms.
say
Simone?
probably a little bit closer to 9:15 because I have an 8:30 matter that should not be long,
Can I do
9:15 would be fine.
9:15?
Yeah,
Fine.
please.
All right, July the 14th at 9:15, that's gonna be with Judge Oakley.
Oh,
Okay, then.
no, but I thought we were before you on this matter.
It doesn't, nope, the PCCs, until they're set, they go with whoever the next judge is.
Okay.
That'll be fine.
July the 14th at 9:15.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
perfect. Thank you.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
All
Okay.
right. I'll call you, Miss Bowman Daniels.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, for everybody.
Yep. Mr. Beckwith, you're all set.
Okay,
Detective, what case are you on?
thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Morning, Your Honor. Was that for me?
It was for you.
Sorry, my apologies. I am here on Miss Sierra Kimball.
Yeah, Miss Kimball hasn't shown up yet. The person with the
Thank you.
phone number identifier of, now it skipped around, so I can't even, Mr. Beasley? Good morning, how are you?
Just fine, ma'am.
I've got you checked in. Do you know who your attorney is?
Yes, Mr. Alan Early, and I.
Mr. Early? Okay. Well, Mr. Early hasn't checked in yet, but as soon as he does, we'll do your case.
All
Mr.
right.
Beckwith, I'm going to go ahead and remove you, okay?
Okay, I was wondering if I could observe other
Oh,
cases.
yep, that's fine. You can stay. If I get too busy, I might have to take you out, but
Okay.
that's fine.
I'm just observing in silence.
That's totally fine. Miss Carson, what case are you on?
Yes, Your Honor. I am taking care of Sierra Kimball for Ivan Land.
Okay, we don't have Miss Kimball yet. Are you
I
expecting
just sent her
her?
the Zoom ID.
You know what? Who's the person that's 6826 phone?
Jordan Francis.
Oh, good morning, Miss Francis. How are you?
Good morning, Judge Green. Pretty good.
Well, you got on today, so that's a plus.
For
You
me,
figured it out a little bit. Let me pull your file. The
Okay.
appointed attorney is in a breakout room with somebody else, Miss Francis. But Miss Gillis,
Okay.
is there an offer on Jordan Francis's case?
Hold on.
well, I kind of needed to talk to somebody about
I'm
this
gonna let
because,
Jordan, just hang on. I know,
Okay.
I'm gonna let you talk to somebody. I'm trying to,
There's,
it's set at
there's nothing
9:40
right now.
It's set at 9:45, Miss Gillis.
I know, there's nothing right now because, that officer sometimes shows up for his cases. So at 9:45, if he's not here.
Do you want me to call back?
Why don't you call back at 9:45, okay, Miss Francis?
Okay, all right, no problem. Thanks, Judge Green.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too. I'll see you in a half hour.
Okay, honey, bye.
The person with the identifier is low. What's your name?
Sierra Kimball.
Ah, that's what I thought. Good morning, Miss Kimball. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. We have Miss Carson on who says that she's representing you today in place of Mr. Land.
Yes.
This is a case, People versus Sierra Kimball. This is a case that has been pushed and pushed. There was some conversation about sobriety court. Ms. Carson, I think that there's been some conversation with Gary Bresnahan. I don't know that there's been any movement. I think that Ms. Kimball was cleaning up her record and trying to get to a position where she could make that request. It's been going on for a minute.
It
But
has.
We
And we finally have the
continue
date.
to do it regardless of the prosecutor's office position. At the end of the day, she still needed to clean up all of this stuff. So it works better for her regardless of what the situation is. Has there been any other conversation about her potential eligibility for treatment court?
Yes, there has.
Yes.
And
Gary Bresnahan, see this, okay, this is what he wrote. He wrote, use the felony plea form with a plea to OWI third and have it held in abeyance. And then, you know, she does the sobriety court and everything, then a second conviction will be entered instead, 60 to 90 days in jail, sobriety court. If she doesn't complete everything, then send it to, don't hold the third in abeyance. It's really goofy. And then it will be sent to circuit court and 1 year in jail.
Yeah, I just did one that was kind of like that.
The problem is that like Oakley won't take them at all. And I'm all,
No. Well, it's not that he won't take them. What the problem is that it's my sobriety court and your office has this notorious problem of trying to put people in my sobriety court without my permission. That's why he won't take it. He's not going to take a plea that our probation department has not talked to the defendant to see if the defendant was eligible.
So
So
he won't
what
do
we're
the
gonna
60 to
do-
90 days.
What's that?
He won't do like anything. We say like
Oh,
60 to 90 days. He
that's-
goes, I won't
it's-
agree with it.
It's a multiple tier issue. Ms. Carson, what we're going to do is I'm going to do one more adjournment, but in the meantime, Ms. Kimball, since we have the, so I'm going to make a notation. Prosecutor will accept reduced sobriety court plea. Review for sobriety court. I'm actually not going to give you a date because we can, Ms. Carson, should it be you instead of Mr. Land or should we use Mr. Land?
me, Your Honor.
Okay, can I get contact?
Yes.
Are you in the same office or are you?
No, we work together a lot, but not in the same office.
Can I get your P number?
57096.
Can I get a phone number?
313-333-3320.
Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have, and Sierra, I have a Sierra Kimball 602@gmail.com.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And a phone number of 313-955-6139.
Nope. 313-753-9385.
And is that a cell?
Yes.
Okay. 7539385?
Mhm.
Yes, okay.
Is she accepted into the sobriety court yet?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna walk this file down to Shannon. So I'm not gonna give you another date, Ms. Carson, because I want my sobriety court people to talk to her. We'll make an assessment. If we're gonna do it, we'll end up taking the plea. Ms. Gillis, before you leave today, can you make a copy of whatever you have so I can stick it in the file?
Oh, the plea form?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have it written, but I will write it for you if you want.
Write it up and then give it to Shannon, so that we have it, and then we'll let you know. We'll either reset it or I'll end up taking the plea. Like I did one yesterday that was on the docket for today. We yanked it, we put him in sobriety court and took the plea yesterday.
Okay, when you
That
do
was on
that, I need
Adam Mutes that said at 9:30. He's now in my sobriety court.
Okay.
And we did the plea pursuant to Gary's instructions.
Okay, when you do that, I gotta know ahead of time because we have to pull the file because otherwise the file just floats around at the
Okay,
Out County office.
that's fine. Well, I knew that it was on today, so, but we'll let you know on Miss Kimball so Miss Carson, Miss Kimball, you're all set for today. My probation department's gonna reach out and then we'll go from there. If she's eligible, we'll follow the process. If she's not, we'll put it back on the PCC docket, okay?
Thank you. Yana, do you need my email address as well?
Oh, you know what? That would be great, yes.
S Carson, CARSON, law@yahoo.com.
Perfect. All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
All right. Have a great day. Take care, Ms. Gill.
You too. All right, Miss Kimball, we'll be in contact, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Heather, I'm gonna send the file to you, Heather. But then if you want to flip it to Shannon, and I'm gonna talk to Shannon about it. And Jane, you can even just give the plea form to either Heather or Shannon.
I don't know who Shannon is, but okay.
Well, I'll give it to Heather then.
I know who she is.
All right, Miss Belcher on, Mr. Sullivan.
Yes, Judge. So we are going to need a little bit of clarification on Mr. Sullivan's file. I know he has multiple cases with payment plans. He did show me some ROAs. I tried to look online, but unfortunately the option for your website is down right now. He is contending that on an April date, a different offer was made to him to resolve these matters. He says that the offer was to plead to no ops and everything else would be dismissed. I cannot confirm when he was last in court on these files. I don't know if you're.
I'm looking.
Okay, how are we gonna check? Oh, and then you're gonna upload it? Do you know this person's email? Yeah, I just sent a paper. I found it on the website. Your copy now.
Well, he's never appeared on the October 10th, 2017 case. So he couldn't have had an offer on a case he's never appeared on. Actually, he's never appeared on either one of these cases. So that's not possible.
Okay, and that
There
means-
was another, hang on just a second, I'm admitting these people. There was another. No, these are the only two driving cases that he has. And one is October of 17 and the other one is January of this year. But neither case, the first pretrial it was set for, he failed to appear. So neither one of these cases have ever been set for a pretrial.
Okay, my only question then would be is maybe if this was an email case, I don't know the
Got
dates.
the paperwork right here.
Okay, so that, was it a Matterhorn, you mean? We don't put state cases in Matterhorn. What's the paperwork that he's got?
I don't know what he's referring to. I meant, Your Honor, the email cases back in the summer, maybe an offer was put. Jane, do you have any offers previously written in this file?
I don't have files on tickets and we don't get the court file anymore. So unless the judge can see a sheet in there that
I already looked because they were bench warranted and they weren't, he's never appeared on either one.
Understood,
So
Judge. I'm just trying to
he wouldn't
think
be
of all the
sent a plea
possibilities.
offer.
No, Ms. Gillis, you're wrong. Everybody else sends plea offers. The state prosecutor is the only one that doesn't. And so
Oh.
all of our other prosecutors do them online and they send offers so that it is done.
I did for the one for 2021, the recent one from this year.
The
I'm not
recent one
understanding
for
what you're
this
saying.
year,
Showing you when was my last appearance in front of the judge, telling me I had a court date, and that I also have one saying that I missed a court date back in May. Missed the last one, 05/15.
that's correct.
Judge
Oakley told him, Judge Oakley told him that he was going to set it for a pretrial. He saw him on the threats case and he told him he was going to set a pretrial April 1st at 9:30 with Judge Martin on these cases. On that date, he didn't appear and Judge Martin bench warranted him.
I did appear. This is the only one showing that I didn't appear for, which is last month, 0/05/12/21. All my other dates that I've appeared for my remote court. Good morning.
Well, I mean, I can't, if the prosecutor's offer's not making a plea offer, there's nothing, I can't make them change their plea.
The offer was DWS first, drop the second and drop the driving while license not valid.
And I did explain that to Mr. Sullivan, so he knows what the current offer is. Mr. Sullivan, I don't know if you have any documentation, sir. It sounds like the prosecutor, that's her offer. I don't know that they would have been able to give you a state offer on a day that the state prosecutor wasn't in the building
Well, they
anyway.
couldn't have. Oh, yeah, if that wasn't a state day, if it wasn't a Wednesday, it didn't happen.
So, I mean, you have to make a decision now, sir. I'm happy to speak with you again in the breakout room now that we've cleared that up about whether or not you want to proceed with the offer or go forward with a trial.
Because I know what the Judge Oakley told me, it was not involved on a threats case. It was involved with a license. He told me he was going to drop it, and he had those dropped to drive with no op on a person, nothing about no threats case.
Your
That's
Honor,
what I'm paying for now.
this case in front of Judge Oakley again, and he can help Mr. Sullivan.
I can give him a pretrial date with Judge Oakley that I'll adjourn this then. Do you want to stay on it, Ms. Belcher?
I'll stay on it.
But I'm telling you that Judge Oakley didn't write that. That's not what he wrote. That's not what's on the file, but I'll adjourn it to Judge Oakley's docket on July the 14th at 9:45.
Okay, and Mr. Sullivan,
Are you gonna stay on this, Ms. Belcher?
let me check. I may already be on that day, Judge. Yeah, I'm on that day anyway, so I'll stay on it.
Okay, so July the 14th at 9:45 with Judge Oakley.
Mr. Sullivan, I got your phone number, sir. I'm gonna send you my phone number in the chat, okay? And we're gonna have to talk and resolve some of this outside of court before we go back to get it figured out, okay?
Not a problem.
I just sent you my number, sir, so grab it from the chat before you log off.
All right, you're all set, Mr. Sullivan. You're gonna check in with Judge Oakley on that day. Do you understand?
Yep, July 14th.
Correct. And do you have an email? We don't have an email on the file. Do you have an email address?
Mr. Sullivan, do you have one? He didn't give one to me, Judge. He told me you guys already had his contact information.
I have a phone
Yeah, so
number, but I don't have an email. Do you have an email?
Yep, CSULLI.CS76@gmail.
.CS76
Yes, Your Honor.
at Gmail? Okay, perfect. It probably is on the other files that we have, which is the payment plan, but I didn't have it on these files.
I'm pretty sure y'all got it.
No, I think you're right. We have it on the payment plan files. It just wasn't on the files that are in front of me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you're gonna make a payment today, correct?
Yep, I already got the money ordered.
Perfect. All right, thank you. And Judge Oakley will see you on the
Yeah,
14th and you'll be able to clear it up with him. And then, Miss Gillis, Heather brought me a file of,
I'm on those files for Christian Palmer.
yeah,
Jane gave me the heads up. Miss Kate Demott Grady is from NDS on the felony file. I'm on the misdemeanor. Jane is willing to dismiss. I don't know if Miss Demott Grady said she's going to be logging on, Your Honor, if you want to wait for her.
oh, that's fine. That's fine.
I'm just dismissing both cases.
They're kind of weird about people standing in, so.
No, that's fine. That's
Yeah, they don't
fine.
even stand in for each other.
The prosecutor, oh, Miss Dornick, you're on Beasley. Yeah, and I have Mr. Beasley here, I think. Yes, I do. I don't have, I don't know who it is. It's NDS. I don't have,
I don't know either, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. Heather, you don't know, who's on Beasley?
Judge Green, I was given 9:45 for my court time, so he might not be here quite yet.
Right. I see that. I see that. Miss Demott Grady, how are you?
Good, Judge.
On People versus Christian Palmer.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
And Leah Belcher on the misdemeanor case, Your Honor.
And Neighborhood Defender Service, Kate Demott Grady, P83667, on behalf of Christian Palmer.
This case was set for next week, but they pulled it and handed it to me today.
That's correct, Your Honor. We'll dismiss this. We're dismissing both cases on behalf of the people. He's deemed incompetent and unlikely to regain competency, but I talked with all the victims before dismissing, as many as I could find, and they're willing to let
Okay.
it go too.
All right, and somebody, where is Mr. Palmer?
He's in a halfway house, and I'm in pretty regular contact with his guardian, his grandmother, Miss Thomas, Katrina Thomas. So
Okay,
I will update her immediately.
perfect. All right, I'll dismiss it.
Thank you, Your
We're
Honor.
all set.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, AP.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Mr. Humphreys, what case are you on?
Good morning, Your Honor. Ramos, it's at 9:45. It said call in 15 minutes early.
Yep, so all we need is your client. And as soon as we get your client, we'll do the case. Mr. Early, what case are you on?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Scott Beasley, who I see on the.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, Mr. Beasley is here. People versus Scott Beasley.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people. Is that mine?
Oh,
It
I'm
is.
sorry. It's Elizabeth Dornick on behalf of.
Oh, no, Miss Dornick, I just.
I'm
stepped you
sorry.
in, And then I'm gonna turn around and yank it from you anyway.
Ooh, I got 10
Okay, good morning, Your Honor. S. Allen Early on behalf of Mr. Beasley, who's present.
And do we
consent-
have, did you get all the discovery, Mr. Early?
No, I haven't gotten any discovery, and I would like to know the prosecutor's name and phone number if I could get it. or-
It's Dornick, Dornik, first name Elizabeth. And Miss Dornick, can you put in the chat to Mr. Early your contact information?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
And no, Your Honor, I have not received any discovery.
Yeah, I see it's a new case. So what, is there paper and digital, Miss Dornick?
I think, well, I know there's paper. I think that there is a body cam, but it's not uploaded yet. I need to call her in township again because I'm not sure what happened. I think I'm not 100% certain.
Okay, so
I
what kind of
don't
time
know.
frame do we, what kind of time frame do we need for an adjournment then?
I can get the paperwork over today. Assuming there's a body cam, I certainly can have it by tomorrow.
Do you want, Mr. Early, 1, 2, 3 weeks adjournment?
I'm not seeking an adjournment, Your Honor.
You don't want to get discovery?
Oh, I want discovery, yeah.
Well, you can't get the discovery if I don't adjourn it. I will not set this for an exam until you have the discovery in your hands and it's ready.
Okay,
So do you want a 1, 2, or 3 week adjournment for you to get the discovery?
well, I guess she says she can get it to me tomorrow or the next day. I guess a week adjournment to get.
All right, then I'll see you next week on June the 23rd.
Oh, Your Honor, let's see, Your Honor. Is that, is Wednesday the only day that?
Wednesday's the only day.
Wednesday.
Prosecutor's office won't give us a prosecutor any other day. So yep,
Oh.
that's it.
Okay, what time, Your Honor?
8:45, 9:30, whatever time works for you.
If we, and what is that date for, Your Honor? Is that we're gonna hold it?
And it's adjourned PCC. And
I
then we'll
see.
either set it or you'll waive.
I understand. So we could start, I guess, early in the morning. You want to start at 8:45, Your Honor?
8:45 is fine with me, Ms. Dornick?
That's lovely.
Lovely. All right, 8:45 next week. Mr. Beasley, you're gonna join like this next week at 8:45, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you in a week.
And
Thank
I'll
you.
look for Ms. Dornick's information on the chat screen.
Correct.
Yep,
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
Have a good
Ms.
day.
Hurd, I have you checked in. Did you have an attorney?
I have not received any contact. I
Let's
emailed.
see. Let me pull it. Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I apologize. Yep, it's a misdemeanor. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, Heather.
It's a misdemeanor. The
Okay.
felony was dismissed.
Oh, okay. Yep, we said it. So it's just the misdemeanor of the malicious destruction. Let me look at. Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
All right, so we have the malicious destruction and the aggravated assault is the 3 counts. And Ms. Gillis, is there an offer on the table for that at all?
Sorry, I was sending out discovery. What was the name on that?
It's Lily Hurd. And was that dismissed for the victim's failure to appear, or was it?
No, it was
Figured out.
dismissed on the evidence that was presented.
Okay. I know I did it, but I don't recall. I do too many cases.
Understandable.
Your audio.
Your Honor, if I may ask if Ms. Dornick has my email address.
Ms. Dornick put in the chat, I see it. It's
Oh,
in the,
I have hers, Your Honor. I'm just wondering if she has mine. Or do I need to send it to her?
Ms. Dornick, do you have Mr. Early's or do you need it?
Is it on the bar website?
Well, I'll send it to you. I'll send an email to you. So I'm not sure if it's on the bar website or not. So I'll send an email to you so you'll have it, Ms. Dornick.
Recording in progress.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Ms. Gillis, while you're waiting, Mr. Humphreys, your client, Mr. Ramos is here. People versus Angel Ramos.
I can tell you what happened on her, on Hurd. On Lily Hurd, the felony was dismissed, so it became a misdemeanor case.
We know
And,
that.
I told the officers to go find Kevin Joseph Bonham, so he would probably have the same thing happen. And Mr. Humphries, you have Ramos?
Yes.
People versus Angel Ramos.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. James Humphries, P 38930, appointed counsel on behalf of Mr. Ramos.
Do you have all your discovery, Mr. Humphries?
Yes, Your Honor, I received discovery yesterday.
What are we going to do with this case?
Your Honor, my client wishes to have a Zoom exam.
Can you do it next Wednesday, counsel?
That's the 23rd.
Correct.
At late in the morning, Your Honor.
I could do it late. Well, I could do it at 11 o'clock, or I could do it at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock is fine for me.
All right, next week at 1 o'clock. Miss Gillis, you got that? By Zoom.
Yes, it's pretty quick. I'll let everybody know if the victim's not available. It's kind of quick for me to ask that person.
It's 1 week. Historically, before the pandemic, everybody
I
did
know.
1 week, and this is by Zoom, so it's not like the victim has to be here.
Right, they can be in California.
All right, Zoom exam, 1 week, 1 o'clock by Zoom. Do you understand, Mr. Ramos?
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna appear like this next week at 1 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Hi, Ms. Gillis.
Yeah.
Heather, what was the name of the case that I set for an exam at 11:45 next week? Thank you. On Lily Heard's case, the co-defendant is next week on June the 23rd. Yeah, except that this is a misdemeanor. The co-defendant is still a felony.
Right. You want to put them both next week, or what do you want to do?
I can do that, but I mean, she needs, the problem, it's set for PCC next week on the felony. I mean, the problem is, do they have contact with Robert and Loretta Burgess? Those are the victims.
Right.
Oh, he must be here. He's raising his hand. Is that, are you
Yeah.
Mr. Burgess?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect. Well then, Miss Gillis, do you want a breakout room with the victim?
Correct,
To
yes.
see, I mean, and obviously Miss Heard's case is the misdemeanors, and that doesn't change whatever's gonna happen next week with the co-defendant in this case. Miss Belcher, are you paying attention?
Yes, Judge, I am.
Okay, yeah, it does with Mr. Bonham's case. So I'm gonna put you in a breakout room, Miss Gillis, with the victim, okay?
Okay.
Mr. Belcher, if or not, it's not Belcher, whatever it is. Go ahead and hit join.
Okay.
Burgess.
Burgess. And then on Christopher Gannon.
Present, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. O'Leary. I have the file. Apparently, I guess we're gonna need Miss Gillis back out of the breakout room that I just put her in.
Okay.
So we'll do your case next.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Levitt, on behalf of Chapin Bushy.
Yes, Your Honor.
I've got you checked in. As soon as I get Ms. Gillis back, we'll figure that out. The person on the iPhone, what's your last name?
Vance.
What is it?
Vance, VANCE.
Jacob?
Yep.
All right, I've got your file pulled and I'll find out what the prosecutor's offer is, if there is one, as soon as she jumps back on, okay?
Okay,
And
sounds good.
then Loretta on the Galaxy A2, what's your last name? You gotta unmute yourself, ma'am. Unmute, lower left, probably. The person with the identifier is Loretta's Galaxy. Can you hear me? All right, Ms. Gillis, on Ms. Heard's case, did you have an opportunity to speak to the victim?
Well, the victim for Miss Heard is actually Loretta. This case, not charged at all, right? But as to Miss Heard, I would allow her to plead to one count of assault and battery and MDP restitution to be determined.
Did you hear that, Ms. Belcher?
Yes, Judge, I'm ready to speak to Ms. Heard.
Ms. Heard, I'm going to put you in a breakout room. I want you to just hit join and you can talk to the court-appointed attorney. Go ahead and hit join now.
I don't see. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I said it before I did it. And then on People versus Christopher Gannon. All right, Mr.
Mr. O'Leary, Mr.
O'Leary.
Gaffney here, Your Honor.
And what's the status of this case?
Well, Your Honor, technically, for Mr. Bonham, we still have the home invasion first.
No, I'm not. I'm on a different case now. I'm on
I'm sorry.
Christopher Gannon.
Oh, sorry.
We panic, but just for a moment.
time's that at, Judge? I don't see a file.
It is
10 o'clock.
set at 10 o'clock.
Oh. Yeah. There's supposed to be some sort of printout around here about that. Okay. Is it just a possession less than 25?
It is.
You know, I have to look into this. My discovery clerk sent me a copy of our law, our computer that has all the cases, and it says it's authorized, but then it says it's closed.
It's from 2016.
I can offer an explanation.
Go ahead.
if it's
Offer
useful.
the explanation.
Mr. Gannon and I were in the 34th District Court. Was it 2 years ago, Mr. Gannon? Or 3 years ago on this case?
2018, I believe.
In 2018, we're in the court, and we worked out a deal with the judge and the probation officer, whereby Mr. Gannon would go into treatment, come out from treatment on the other side, charges would be dismissed, and he would pay such fines as were due. We all agreed to that. Unfortunately, we were to come in and make our record the following morning, and Mr. Gannon was not there. He had gone to treatment and had checked out into another treatment facility. I sent the court and the prosecutor records on his involvement with these places. But following that, Mr. Gannon didn't come back until recently when he contacted me. I said, "You're late. We have to go in front of the court. We have to get the warrant lifted, and then we have to work on this and see." But we had the deal worked out, and I guess, and I don't want to interrupt you, but the point of the records from Nigeria is to show that he's done everything he was supposed to do back when, and is clean and sober, and has been clean and sober for a little over 2 years now. So what we would like to do is.
So it sounds like he didn't do what he was supposed to do for the deal, so the deal was lifted. Because our one section of our printout says it's still going and the other doesn't. So this is what I suggest we do. I suggest I just offer him use, a misdemeanor, and be done with it. Close it.
Is that okay, Mr. Gannon? Yes, sir. May I ask him a question?
Yep.
Is that going to affect your driving? No? Mr. Gannon says yes.
And how much time did he do? Was he inpatient?
Yes, ma'am.
For how
Yes,
long?
ma'am. 3 days detox, 24 days inpatient with 2 psych evals. I think you have the paperwork in front of you with 2 psych evals included. I believe Mr. O'Leary sent you a packet.
I do have the packet from the wellness. Yeah, I have it.
Psych
Are you
evals.
still in treatment?
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently seeing a psychiatrist out of Better Mental Health in Troy, Michigan. I also think Mr. O'Leary sent you a card for his phone number and contact
I
him.
see it. I see it.
I see him monthly.
Do you understand that by pleading to use that you're giving up your rights and you're going to plead guilty to this added count?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that back in March of 2016 that you were using heroin?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept the plea. It's $400 in fines and costs, plus the state cost is a total of $545. I'm not going to put him on probation or anything. You know, it sounds like you got your life together. Just pay the cost, pay the
Yes,
fine, and you'll be done with us. All right.
Today, ma'am. I can have that paid today, ma'am.
Your Honor, he's eligible for a driver's license, correct? There's no problem. with that.
There's nothing attached to this charge for
Okay.
for his driving record. I'm gonna
Thank
write pay within 30 days. You can pay it online. You can come to the court or you can mail it in, okay?
I'll pay it today, ma'am. Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor.
yep, you're welcome. You're all set.
Judge, thank you so much.
Yep, thank you. Miss
Well, and-
Belcher. Miss
I just-
Belcher, did you talk to Miss Hurd?
I did, Your Honor. I'm going to be requesting the discovery. It sounds like this is going to be something we're going to be setting for a trial. I'm in discussions with Ms. Hurd about if she's going to want a bench or a jury trial. Is there any way, I know the rotation, and I did explain that to Ms. Hurd. Since Your Honor held the exam, would Your Honor consider putting it on your next pretrial docket?
Well, it would have to be next week then.
That's fine. I just need an opportunity to get the discovery. It sounds like it should already be uploaded if the felony case was dismissed.
So you want a trial next week? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
I want a pre-trial so I can discuss with Ms. Hurd if she wants a jury or a bench.
Got it.
Oh, you know what? The person that's the identifier of Loretta's Galaxy that I keep trying to speak to is the other victim in this case. And can Miss Burgess, can you unmute yourself?
Oh, I'm mute. Okay.
I
It
got it.
says
Yeah.
mute.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything? I know that the prosecutor had made an offer of assault. What did you want to say? You sent me a message in the chat that said you,
Okay, I wanted to say was, he hit me in the head. I'm suffering with headaches every day now.
okay.
Because of the
If
blow
you're
to
gonna
the head.
talk about, yeah, we're not settling it today. If you're gonna talk about what I knew that you said you wanted to make a
No.
comment, but
Yeah, I did. The comment is, you mean he can assault a senior citizen and get away with it?
Okay, you keep saying he, which I imagine you're referring to Mr. Bonham, who's not even here
Yes,
today.
ma'am.
His case is set next
Okay.
week. His case is set next
Okay.
week. We're talking about only Miss Hurd today.
Okay.
And,
now she can assault a senior
Well-
citizen and get away with it?
Okay, this case hasn't been resolved yet, so you may have to testify at a jury trial or and let a jury decide whether or
Okay.
whether or not what she did or didn't do amounts to an assault. Ms. Belcher,
Yes, Judge.
what do you want to do?
We're gonna set it for trial. I don't have any discovery to discuss with my client if a bench trial or a jury trial is in her best interest. That's all
No, I understand. Do you want me to do it the 1 week though? I mean, with the other case, or are you separating yourself from that other case?
We're probably gonna be separated from the other case, yeah, because that's gonna be set for an exam. Do you want us to set it for a bench trial a few weeks out in front of Your Honor? And then if Ms. Hurd wants to demand a jury, I can let the court know and they can take that date off and put it in the pile?
That works for me. I don't, hang on. Hang on 1 second. Sorry about that. I had to send a chat. I could put it, actually, we take these to Michelle. I could put it out for a bench trial. It would end up on this case. I'm trying to look at my calendar. Hang on just a second. I apologize. I could put it for a bench trial on, you're talking about a live bench trial, right, Ms. Belcher?
Yes, Judge.
At 11:30 on August 4th.
That's fine with me.
Is that okay?
That's fine with the defense.
Well, Ms.
August
Gillis
4th.
is here every week. She doesn't get Miss Burgess and Mr. Burgess, is that date good for you? For a bench
August
trial in this
4th.
matter? August 4th at 11:30 live at the court.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
But both of you, is that date good?
yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Your Honor,
perfect.
if
All
my-
right, then that's what I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna set it for a bench trial. And if for some reason, Ms. Belcher, you decide that your client don't wait until, tell us sooner rather than later.
Of course, Judge. And then Jane, can you send me the discovery or have Alex send it to me?
In this case. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, do you understand, Ms. Hurd? You're gonna have a bench trial in front of me on August the 4th at 11:30, okay?
Okay.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
okay, thank you. All right, we're all set on that case, although, on the Burgesses, the other defendant in that case, from what I understand from Heather, is that that's set next week. Just your information, you're not required to appear, but it is set for next week, okay?
Okay,
Okay, all right, thank you. You're all set for today.
okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Mr. Levitt, Ms. Gillis, Mr. Levitt is here on behalf of Chapin Bushy. Is there an offer on that case at all?
Hold on.
It's an overweight.
Yeah, 80%.
And then dismiss the misdemeanor. So the overweight would be 966, Mr. Levitt. Is that good?
That would be acceptable, Your Honor. Thank you.
I'll do
Thank
a
you.
responsible 966, pay within 30 days.
Very good.
And then I'll dismiss the misdemeanor. You're all set. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Gillis.
See ya.
And then next. I have Mr. Vance on the iPhone. I know I told you 2 minutes and it's been way more than 2 minutes, Mr. Vance. Ms.
That's
Gillis, is there an offer on, and Ms. Belcher, are you paying attention?
She's not.
She's not. Yeah, she is paying attention. Ms. Belcher, are you there paying attention? Is there an offer on Mr. Vance and on Ms. Francis, which is beyond the time for the officer to appear?
Okay. On Vance. No ops.
No ops 345, Ms. Belcher. I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with him. If you rejoin number 1, I'll send him there. Go ahead and hit join. And then an offer on Miss Francis's case.
What time was that at?
9:45.
Hold on.
Person with the identifier Lauren Phillips, Miss Phillips.
I can't drop the careless driving, so I can drop the no license, but can't drop the careless driving.
All right, and what about on Lauren Phillips, set at 10:15?
No offer.
All right, Miss Phillips, I'll have you talk to the defense attorney in just a minute. Miss Francis, you too, so hang out just a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, which one's from Leanna, the bottom or the Lily
Heard. They're both the same. The stuff's the same
Oh,
anyways.
okay, but the Heard, it's the Heard case. That's
Yeah.
yours.
Will you give me an allowance? He's all good to go with you. I'll just take it up.
Which guy?
Jacob Vance. Last thing.
Miss Gillis, can you please mute yourself? Mr. Stringer, what case are you on?
I'm on the Lauren Phillips case, Your Honor.
Lauren Phillips, you have the Miss Phillips is here. She didn't indicate that she had an attorney. Mr. Stringer, do you want a breakout room with the prosecutor?
Well, I'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Gillis, if you want to hit join, I'm going to send you and Mr. Stringer into a breakout room. Go ahead. Ms. Belcher, did you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Vance?
I have, Your Honor. We are ready to proceed. He's going to be going forward with the no ops offer. I tried to renegotiate that. Unfortunately, the people will not offer him an allowing. I've gone over all of the penalties with him and all of his rights. He understands what he's giving up by entering into that, and he needs a due date in 30 days. I have contact information for the court.
Yeah, and he's valid now.
And I told the people that, Your Honor, it's my understanding that the officer involved is being difficult. I did present Mr. Vance with the option of setting it for a trial to see if he showed, or to see if we could renegotiate with the offer. The people just are not willing to change the offer at this point. And when I explained all of that to Mr. Vance, he would like to just resolve the case today. He does not want to keep coming to court.
Do you understand, Mr. Vance, by pleading guilty to the added count that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form, and you're going to plead guilty to the no operator's license on person?
Yes, ma'am.
And it is a $345 ticket. Can you pay that within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're all set. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
You
Thank
too.
you, Your Honor.
People versus Lauren Phillips. Mr.
Your Honor,
Stringer, did you have an opportunity to speak to Ms. Gillis?
Somehow I never got an invitation to the breakout room.
Oh,
I don't know.
know what happened.
No.
The client went instead of him.
Oh, I did that. Well, then that's what happened.
So I told her to leave.
Yeah. Yeah, that was totally me. Sorry about that.
Judge Green,
Yes.
how'd you get that?
What's your last name?
Separate trauma is worth.
On the iPhone, what's your last
I'm gonna
name?
make 2 files, so give it to me and I'll make 2 files.
Let's try this again. You're good, Mr. Stringer. Now, sorry about that.
It's all right. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Apologize, Miss Phillips. On the iPhone, what's your last name?
Depa.
Depa. What time was your case set?
I'm not exactly sure. It's for my son, Andrew Depa.
Oh, okay. Hang on. What kind of case is it?
It's assault.
Oh,
with
Your
a
Honor,
deadly-
is it the Andrew Depa at 1 o'clock for exam?
Oh, probably. Is he in custody, ma'am?
Yes, he is.
You know what? You're gonna have to watch this on live streaming on YouTube when we do it at 1 o'clock, okay? Because there won't be anybody in this waiting room. They'll be live at the courthouse. Actually, ma'am, if you want, I'll let you in the building to come watch it, okay? So you could show up if you want. I don't know how close you are, but if you want to come to the court at 1 o'clock, you could come sit in the courtroom.
No, that's not going to be possible because I have his daughter.
Oh,
Is
okay. That's fine. Then you're gonna have to log into YouTube and watch it there, okay?
Is he going to be in front of you or Judge Oakley?
He's gonna be in front of me.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Thanks, Leanna, for checking my docket.
Oh, you're welcome, Judge. I'm always paying attention in the background.
I forgot, we have Miss Francis on here. She's the phone. She's the 6826. And the offer is that if she pleads to the care list, the no license will be dismissed. Jordan, are you there?
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna
Judge
put
Green?
you in a breakout room with Miss Belcher. So Miss Belcher,
Oh.
you go into breakout room number 2, and Jordan, all you're gonna do is hit join and you'll go there too, okay? Mr. Cooper, I'll check you in. As soon as I get the prosecutor, I'll call your case, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you can mute or black out. I noticed that you had a cigarette. Please don't smoke on camera, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I
So
just,
black, if
I
you
thought
want.
I was early.
Yeah, if you, no, you're fine, but if you want to smoke, just black your screen, please.
How do I do that? I could just set my phone away where I'm not sitting.
That's fine. I'd appreciate that. Mr. Davis, what time is your case set?
It is set at 10:30.
10:30.
It normally tell me to get in.
Yeah, what's your,
start at
I
15.
don't see your name. That's what I'm kind of confused. What are
Maybe
you
I
here
got
for?
Oakley.
What are you here for?
I forgot. Do I have Oakley again?
Heather, can you look up Mr. Davis? Because I don't see a file. Or well, I have a Shayla Davis. But not a Devin.
You have what name?
A Shayla Davis?
Oh no. Okay, so maybe I do have Oakley again. Sorry.
Yeah,
about
hang on just a second. Hang on, because she's looking it up. Oh, it was already on June the 9th. You missed your date. Heather, can you pull it and reset? Or you know what? Is it a state misdemeanor, Heather?
I already sorry to interrupt you. I have already I went to the one on the 9th, and that's when they told me to come back on the 16th. Oakley told me to come back on the 16th. And my lawyer just called me yesterday and talked to me.
Heather, any comments about that? Ms. Fortier, what case are you on?
Morning, Judge. I am on.
She's trying to find the file, Mr. Davis. Go ahead, Ms. Fortier. Sorry.
Your night.
On what? On night?
Yeah, I thought that was Jane's case, but for some reason, it's mine. Heather thankfully emailed me this morning, and
yeah, I saw that your name was on. Was also on Jackson, but I saw the email that said that it's not. Ms. Tulez, what file are you on?
Good morning, Judge. I'm on Stephen Baker.
Stephen Baker? What time is it set for?
10:30.
Mr. Baker's case, counsel, are you on this case? We have somebody retained with a different P number.
Okay, I was appointed on the case.
Okay, we have a retained counsel and it was adjourned to July 21st.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
Mr. Davis, we're waiting. The Moto G7, what case are you on? You gotta unmute yourself.
I'm on a.
No, I got you, Mr. Davis. The person with the Moto G7 power, what's your last name? You got a lower, yep.
Sorry, my last name is Primo. My son's in the restroom. We have a case at 10:30 with Donald Cooper or against Donald Cooper.
Okay, you're the victim?
My son is, yes.
Okay, perfect. Just hang out.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what, Heather, I see Donald Cooper on the docket, but I don't have a file. Oh, no, yeah, I do. Never mind.
Thank you.
Don't even know what.
Paula said that the date was funky on that, and that's why she was working on it. And it was still on her desk.
If there's an attorney, though.
It says on my DC.
Okay. Thanks. Officer Little. What are you here on? Are you here on Jordan Francis?
No, I was like about 20 minutes late. It was supposed to be for Chap and Busey.
For what?
For Chap and Busey Oil.
Give me the name one more time.
Chap and
Chav and Bushy.
Yes.
They pled to the overweight with the 80%.
That's perfect.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep, have a good day.
Bye.
Miss Hampton, what case are you here on?
Driving with
I
a
got
suspended
it.
license.
I've got your name.
Okay.
You just have to wait a minute till I get the prosecutor, okay? So hang on just a second. Mr. Stringer on Miss Phillips, what's going on?
Looks like we've been able to resolve it. I haven't talked to my client, but I know she'll be okay with what I'm going to recommend here.
All right, what's the offer?
The offer is allowing licensed person to drive. I believe that's a civil infraction.
It's actually a misdemeanor, but it's not reported anywhere.
That's right. That's my
allowing an
mistake.
unlicensed driver to drive. And Miss Phillips, you understand that by pleading guilty to that count, that you're giving up your rights as listed in the advice or rights form. And it's true that you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive a vehicle that you were in on May the 14th in the Huron Clinton Metro Park. Yes?
You have to say yes.
She
Yeah.
is, but there must be something wrong with her volume. She's nodding and assenting. I'll take that for the record.
She says yes.
It is a $200 ticket. The state fees are $145 for a total of $345. Can you pay that within 30 days? Yes. Okay. You can pay it online. You can mail it in, or you can bring it live to the court, and you're all set. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Miss Belcher joining us with Miss Francis.
Yes, Judge. She is on a phone, so she can't leave the breakout room. She's going to be dialing back in.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say I could exit out of this, but that's fine. What are we doing with that?
She's taking the plea to careless, Your Honor.
All right. There she is.
And I'm standing in on Davis for Mr. Buttar, Your Honor.
You know what? I've got Davis. I was going to do that next. Do you need to talk to Miss Gillis, or do you know if there's a
Your
offer
Honor,
on that?
Is the co-defendant up today as well?
Hang on, let me do Miss Jordan's case first.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Francis, Miss Francis?
Yes, Judge Green, I can hear you.
My understanding is that you're gonna plead responsible to the careless.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's a $195 ticket. Do you need a payment plan or can you pay it like within 30 or 60 days?
I just found out I'm expecting. So I'm gonna need to have a payment plan.
Okay.
I can pay $100 on the 3rd. And then the following month I can pay the other.
Well, then I'll write pay within 60 days. And so just pay
Okay,
$100
that's
on
fine.
the 3rd and the balance 30 days later, okay?
That's fine, ma'am. Yeah.
All right. I hope I don't see you anytime soon.
Well, you'll see me July 15th.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Jordan.
I'll see you one more
Goodbye.
time and that's it. And maybe
And
at
then-
Walmart, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Miss Francis.
You have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. On People versus Devin Davis. Now, what's the question? Who's the co-defendant?
The co-defendant is Christopher Austin, Your Honor, and I don't know.
Christopher Austin is also today.
Okay, so Mr. Nunley is on that one. I think, Your Honor, Mr. Nunley may be filing a motion. If he files that motion, it would be dispositive for both defendants.
Okay, let's wait for Royce then.
Okay.
I also have, okay, let's start with, hang on a second. I have Donald Cooper, who is MIDC. So I'm gonna let you take that, Ms. Belcher. Is there an offer on Mr. Cooper's case? There is a victim you gotta unmute, Ms. Gillis.
So the situation with this case is we did offer like a 769-4A, which we do on all first DVs. And he didn't want it, and we asked for, defense asked for final pretrial.
And the victim's here today.
And the victim is here.
Okay, I can speak with Mr. Cooper.
Okay, I'm gonna put you in a breakout room. Mr. Cooper, I want you to hit join. Ms. Belcher, if you just rejoin breakout room number 2, and I'll send Mr. Cooper there.
Judge Green?
Yep.
I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, but I have another court appearance today. Is there any way that
Okay, yep, you know what, Ms. Gillis, is there an offer on Leah Hampton?
I'm able to pay, I can pay
Hang on,
today.
Ms. Hampton, hang on one
Hold on,
second.
hold on. What time was that at?
It was at, I don't know what time it's at. It's at 10:15.
I got it. Do you have a driving record there, Judge?
I do. It looks like she's just, Miss Hampton, you've never had a driver's license.
I'm sorry?
Have you ever had a driver's license?
Yes, ma'am. It got suspended apparently sometime in March because when I renewed my tags on my car, I didn't have insurance.
Yeah, it was because of the insurance. Yep, I see that now.
Yeah, so I just returned back to work. I work for MDOC and I will be able to pay whatever next week when I get paid.
It's there, Miss Gillis. I mean, it was just she went to renew, and then they suspended her.
Impeding.
It's a payment suspension, actually. That's why it didn't have anything to do with the insurance. You wrote a check to the Secretary of State that bounced, Miss Hampton.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. Don't apologize. Wait, just wait, Miss Hampton.
Okay.
But that's it. There isn't anything else on her record. She has a speeding from 2016.
I know, I said impeding.
Oh, impeding. I didn't hear you. Okay. pay a $200 impeding. It won't go on your driving record. And then, it looks like you have to go to the Secretary of State though to get do you have to pay them whatever you owe them or something?
Yes, it's an online payment. I mailed the payment in.
Okay.
What's today? I mailed the payment in this weekend, so I'm not sure.
So
if
can
they've
you pay the
received it.
$200 within 30 days?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're all set, Miss Hampton. Do that, and I've
Thank you.
amended it to an impeding. Yep.
Okay,
Ms.
thank you.
Belcher, we also have Mr. Nunley. I'll call that case in just a second. On Donald Cooper.
Yes, Your Honor. Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Cooper. Your Honor, I would request the discovery from the prosecutor, and he's demanding a jury trial in person.
Okay, and I note that the victim is here this morning on this case. I'm gonna assign you to the file, Miss Belcher, and I'll put it in the jury trial pile. I mean, although we're gonna start setting them, we don't have anything set yet, okay?
Understood. And Jane, will you have Alex send me the discovery?
Yes. What time was that Davis case at?
It wasn't set today. I just pulled it because he showed up.
Yeah, I don't have.
Oh, Davis. Yeah, Davis wasn't set today. Cooper was.
Cooper.
That's the one we're setting. That's the one we're setting for a jury trial.
Hang on, are we talking about Donald Cooper?
No, we're not. Yes.
Maybe I'm about to need some help. I'm about to need some help.
Okay, everyone that is not on the case that I am talking about, please mute yourselves. Mr. Austin, Mr. Davis, mute yourselves.
It looks like Elizabeth sent it a few weeks ago. So.
All right.
Is Donald Cooper yours?
Yes.
Okay. He wants a jury trial.
Yeah, no, I know. So the victim did appear today?
The victim's
Wait,
here.
wait, stop. Is Donald Cooper, who needs the discovery? Does anybody need the discovery?
I don't.
I'll need the discovery on it. Let me see if I already have it. Yeah, no, I already have it. So
Yeah, I thought we already sent it to, I thought a new attorney. Okay, no,
Okay.
you don't have to send it.
So the victim is here on the Mojo. If you're on the thing, it's the Moto G7. That's the victim.
Okay.
So the victim is here. So Mr. Nunley, am I putting your name on this file?
Yes, please. I've already had several conversations with the defendant, and he sent me some video evidence and some text messages. So I've already started working on the case.
Okay. All right. Well, I made a notation that the victim appeared, so it won't go. It'll go in the, Michelle, when you dispo this, make sure you pull it and leave it in the pile with the jury trials. Michelle. Okay. All right. So Mr. Cooper, you're all set. Mr. Nunley will be in touch. The victim on this case on the Moto G7, you're all set for today. The prosecutor's office will be in touch when we set it. It's going to be a while. We have 30 jury trials, and this isn't at the top of the list. It's probably midway through or whatever. So it may be a little bit. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions on Mr. Cooper's case?
No.
All right. You're all set for today.
Thank you.
People versus Devin Davis and Christopher Austin.
Leanna Belcher on behalf of Mr. Davis, I'm staying in for Daniel.
Royce Nunley on behalf of Christopher Austin.
Ann Gillis on behalf of the people. Yeah, here it is.
And what's going on this case?
Was this set for a final pretrial where the victim must appear also?
I don't think
Or
so.
no, it's not. I'm sorry, that was a different one. So yeah, I mean, I got the police report sent to me. Thank you, Ms. Gillis. So this case is extremely old. The alleged incident is from 2014.
I see that.
And they didn't even charge it for over a year after that. So, I mean, if we're not looking at an outright dismissal, I would just like a motion date for me to file a motion for a speedy trial violation.
And that would obviously be a tag along for Mr. Davis and dispositive of his case as well, Your Honor.
Yes.
Response, Ms. Gillis?
That's fine. We just set a motion date. I mean, we're always a year behind setting any type of the smaller cases. We've got cases, we got a whole.
It doesn't mean that the law allows you to do it, Ms.
I know.
Gillis. Just because
I'm just
Wayne
saying.
County does it, doesn't mean that it's acceptable.
They can just file the motion and we'll see where it goes from there.
Mr. Nunley, how much time do you need?
I think if I had maybe 3 to 4 weeks, I could have the motion together and serve to the prosecutor in time for them to look it over and file their response.
Yeah. I'll set it for a motion hearing on August 4th at 11:30.
August 4th.
We'll do it right before we do the live bench trial on Lily Hurd, Ms. Belcher.
Okay, well, this one's Mr. Bitar's file, but I'll let.
Oh, okay.
Davis is the co-defendant?
Yes.
If I could, I don't think that I have Mr. Austin's phone number or email. So if I could maybe jump in a breakout room with him, he could give it to me just so I have a
Yep, I'll put you in a breakout room with them. Although I have the phone number. It's
Okay, yeah.
for Mr. Austin. Maybe I don't. I do. Let me verify it. Mr. Austin, 419-266-2010.
Yes.
Did you get that, Mr. Nunley?
266-2010.
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
So we're gonna do a motion hearing by Zoom, August the 4th at 11:30.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Davis, did you hear that date?
Yes, it was August 4th.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
August 4th at 11:30 in my Zoom room.
Okay, Detective Carmona, did you get that?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Yep, you're all set.
Thank you.
And then Pierre Knight, am I waiting, Ms. Fortier? Is that yours? I have it set to the side.
Pierre Knight is mine, Judge.
Okay, so we're still waiting. Mr. Bollinger,
Judge, are we waiting on defense or on Mr. Knight?
I don't have anybody. I don't have Mr. Knight and I don't have a defense attorney.
Okay.
And it was set at 10:15. It just says it's NDS, so I'm not sure who. Oh, Mr. Glenn, are you on that? You're not on, Mr. Knight. Who are you on, Mr. Glenn?
I'm on the 2 cases for James Blake.
James Blake?
Right.
Hang on a second. All right, I got People versus James Blake, or we don't have Mr. Blake. Oh yeah, we do. Blake's Galaxy. I imagine that's him. People versus James Blake.
Jane Gillis on behalf of the people.
William Glenn on behalf of Mr. Blake. Mr. Blake, can you identify yourself?
Mr. Blake, can you hear us? Detective, what other case are you on?
Kirk, Tyreek Kirk.
What is it?
Tyreek Kirk, it's PCC.
I got it. Do you want to try to call your client and put him on speaker, Mr. Glenn? The person, Rams DNB, what case are you on?
It's an officer.
Yes, and Sergeant Ramsey.
What case? That's fine. What case are you on, officer?
As I said, I'm Sergeant Ramsden with the Michigan State Police. I'm here for Jacob Dwayne Vance.
Mr. Vance's case was set at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, Your Honor. We handled that case already.
And what was listen, I've done too many this morning. What was the resolution or not?
He pled
No
to,
ops on person.
He pled to a no operator's license on person.
Okay, why wasn't I consulted about that?
Well, you
Because
have
you
to
weren't
take that
here.
up with well, it was set at 10 o'clock, officer. So for you to show up 45 minutes late, I don't
I've been
know.
on since 10, ma'am. 9:58 is when I logged on.
Well, then you would have heard us do the case, if that's true.
I was provided the incorrect.
Well,
meeting number.
let me just stop and say that for my purposes, you have to reach out to the prosecutor. These are pre-trials, and so I only need the defendant, the prosecutor, and the defense attorney. If there's if you need to consult with the prosecutor's office, then you got to do that either before time or ahead of time. I don't, I try to call the cases and try to do it. Obviously, I have some 50 cases set this morning. And so I don't check on every case if the prosecutor's office has talked to the officer or not, or whatever. That's their job to do. It's not mine. And when we're mixing them with felonies, it's not a situation that anybody intentionally didn't consult you. That's my comment. And so I apologize that I didn't, catch that you were on this case before we did it.
Okay.
But you can raise it with Miss Gillis, and you can check our docket, which is online, and you can message her with I think that there are some DNR officers that had some confusions or whatever, and they are messaging her ahead of time and saying, don't offer a plea on this case. And so maybe that's, do you know what I'm saying? To be helpful in the future.
Yes, ma'am.
But I do apologize that I didn't catch you and realize, and part of it was the identifier, because if it doesn't say, or if you put the case name on it, then I'll catch it in the future.
Or put trooper.
Or put trooper, yeah.
Yeah,
So
put trooper.
we know that. Okay, but I apologize.
Ma'am, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Glenn, we have Mr. Blake on, it sounds like,
Yes,
People versus James Blake. Do you have your discovery?
I have the discovery for one case, but not the other. And that's just paper.
What's
And
that?
he has two cases?
Oh, one of them's a newer case. Heather just walked in.
Is it a Raymond?
Yeah, one of them's a new case from just last week.
Oh, I don't have that yet.
Yeah. So I'll have to adjourn you want me to keep them together, obviously, Mr.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
I can do an adjourned PCC, whatever you want. 1, 2, 3 weeks.
Okay, what day is the court looking at?
It doesn't, it's up to you. The 23rd, the 30th, or the 7th.
Let's try the 30th, Your Honor.
The 30th at 9:30.
That's fine.
June 30th, 9:30, and that'll be with Judge Martin.
Okay.
No,
right.
she saw him. Hang on one second. Heather's indicating that there may be not have a bond on the. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna, actually, the other case even. Oh, it hasn't even been, we set this one and he hasn't even been arraigned. I apologize. I'm gonna, you waive the formal reading.
Wait before
Mr.
reading,
Glenn?
stand mute. Yeah, stand mute.
Yeah, okay. And I'll set the same date for June the 30th at 9:30. And a $10,000 personal bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So
Okay.
Mr. Blake, you're going to appear in 2 weeks with Judge Martin at 9:30 in her Zoom, okay?
Okay. All right.
right,
Mr. Blake, I'll be in touch with you. You can
Okay.
zoom off. Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Bellinger,
That's me. That's mine, Judge.
I gotta find him.
Just got in trouble because I gave a deal out because the trooper wasn't here.
All right, Ms. Gillis on Bellinger.
That one equals 590 because this is.
I believe this is set for a final pretrial where the victim must appear, correct?
Hang on and I'll check. Hey, hang on, don't go anywhere. Hang on 1 second and I will double check. This says, correct, victim must appear. It was set at 10:30, so hang out for another 15 minutes.
Your Honor, I am here.
I know you're here, but the victim needs to appear. So I give the victim till 11 o'clock, okay? So just hang
I
out.
am the victim, Your Honor.
Oh. Well, you don't have your client. He is the victim. Ms. Gillis, do you need to talk to the victim?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Bellinger, I apologize. I'm gonna stick you in a breakout room with the prosecutor, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and hit join.
Start.
And now your client's joining, Mr. Nunley.
Okay, cool, thank you. If I could have a breakout room with him, please.
Yes, hang on 1 second. Mr. Bellinger, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with your attorney. All you're gonna do is hit join and you'll go into that breakout room.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hello. Here.
On the Galaxy A10, what's your last name?
Kirk, K-I-R-K.
Tyreek?
Yes.
Okay, hang out just a few minutes. We're waiting on your attorney.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Gillis, did you have enough time to talk to the victim? You're muted.
These two are cousins. They did live together at one point. I can change the charge to DV to 769-4A. Anger management probation must be at least.
Can I tell you something? Ms. Belcher's in a breakout room with them, so we gotta wait a minute.
Okay, the whole spiel. I ran out of breath.
Uh-oh, sorry.
Why do I have a whole pile of PCCs, Judge, that haven't been done?
There's only 6, not as many as you had last week.
PCCs?
And next week you only, a whole pile. Oh, because they adjourned a bunch of them. Do you check your emails?
Yes, I did.
Got emails on all of the adjournments, on the reasons why. There was an email on every single one that was adjourned.
Did she call the attorneys on that? Is that why?
She did.
Okay.
And so her emails go through and explain all of the reasons.
I know. I wish the attorneys would call me and say, I don't have this. They're not making requests on evidence.com. I'm sending it out personally, and that's not the way it's supposed to work.
I concur with that.
Yeah, I mean,
And on some of them, it doesn't have the defense attorney listed. So when we adjourn like
Well,
that,
I mean, the problem is we hate using the time here. We got to figure out some way to streamline this stuff though.
okay, so
Because we need some way that they don't waste the time on showing up and just saying, I don't have it.
then Judge, I guess my request would be that when we get these emails that maybe it's noted who the defense attorney is, because
She did note that. Your email that Ms. Gillis got lists every single defense attorney.
I don't, in my email on Christopher Collins, I did not have a defense attorney listed.
I don't know about yours. On Ms. Gillis, I had a defense attorney listed on every single one. Hang on.
May I just be included with that as well then? Or I suppose.
I didn't set up the process. I thought that they gave it to you, but hang on.
Or I suppose it's gonna be Larry, Judge, I think is who's gonna be covering for me because they refuse to hire anybody else to actually do this job. And so they're gonna have Larry do his whole Third Circuit docket and this.
Oh,
job.
geez.
So just a heads up on that.
Here, go through this email and see if we have these on the file.
I'm sorry, on the Galaxy A10, what's your last name?
It's Kirk, K-I-R.
I got you. Okay, I pulled your file. I forgot. Got it. Mr. Nunley, you had a chance to talk to the defendant. Ms. Gillis, on the Bellinger case.
Mhm.
You gotta unmute yourself.
Okay, on the Bellinger case, here's what the offer is. These two are cousins. They were living together at some point. And so I can offer it changed to DV to a 769 4A, 12 months probation, anger management, and absolutely no contact.
Do you have a police report available, Jane?
I can send you the discovery. Why don't I send this to Royce?
Yeah.
So it's just, but wait a second. Let me just raise a technicality. I mean, I guess if it's by consent, but you can't just change it to a DV without consent of Mr. Nunley. And so you're saying.
No. I'm not saying, I said the plea deal would be that I changed it. Otherwise, if he wants to go to trial on the A and B, that's fine. Okay, see, here's the, I guess I should talk to Mariah, but here's the problem, Judge. Those cases that we adjourned, I'm looking in the one file to Bulahanas, paper and digital were sent according to our evidence.com.
And so you need to send Mr. Bulahanas an email that says that.
Okay, well, here's his email. And this is not my handwriting. I think this is yours.
I should have resent it. I'm gonna start.
Mr. Nunley, did you want to have another conversation with,
It's sent on that date, it was sent.
I don't think that there's anything we can do until we actually get the discovery in this, until we can actually look and see.
all right. So do you want me to adjourn it?
ROYC.
Mr. Nunley?
Unless Ms. Gillis has the discovery available to her now and she could email it to me, I could probably just take a few minutes to scroll through it.
You gotta unmute yourself, Miss Gillis. I muted you because there's somebody in your office talking.
Mr. Nunley, what's your email?
Royce@roycenunleylaw.com.
Thanks. We're sending it to you right now.
Thank you. So if you want to I'll just mute myself and kind of go through it and then.
All right, Mr. Bellinger, just hang out.
Okay.
Actually, if you could put me in a breakout room with him, that would be great because I'm gonna have to go over it with him.
All right. Well, you guys can just both hit rejoin.
Okay, great, thanks.
He just walked away though.
That's
Go
okay.
ahead and hit rejoin and go back into the, if you touch your screen, should say breakout room and go ahead and rejoin breakout room number 3.
It's so slow.
Pissed about that, but yeah, do the Royce Nunley, then check to see if Boomer's got it. 'Cause
Ms. Fortier, on that was an error on the Collins matter. It is Christopher Quinn, P number 69483.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. And I don't know what we do. We're waiting on a Pierre Knight. I'm not quite sure what we do about this.
Is it possible to determine who from NDS is actually?
Nope.
On the case?
Heather, is it possible to figure out who from NDS is on this?
That way, even if there is a bench warrant, I can at least send discovery.
No, I agree.
Judge, what's the name? I can text a couple of my friends and see if they can look it up there.
That'd be wonderful, Miss Belcher. It's Pierre, Pierre, Knight, like the one in armor.
Okay, let me text.
Thank you.
Heather, did you get anything on the Fulton case too? That's a special prosecutor. She didn't show up, Fulton didn't show up, and the attorney didn't show up, which kind of tells me that. Miss Gillis? Will you notify everybody that your 230 Valdez Green is gonna be all by Zoom?
Okay.
You know, because the defense attorney just called and said she wanted to participate by Zoom and asked that Ms. Tieppo and asked if her client could. And I said, well, then, I mean, if you have somebody that you want to do live, it's fine. But if you can get everybody to participate by Zoom, that works too. Okay.
Okay. Can you look up something on the Dominic Ward case that was adjourned? Has it always been Kim Michon?
I don't know. I can't look it up. Heather's saying yes, it was always Kim Michon.
Yeah, that discovery and the video was already sent.
Well, they showed up. That wasn't pre-adjourned.
Wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong ward. Hold on a second.
Actually, didn't Ward show up, Heather, and wave? Yes. Miss Gillis, Miss Michon's case, the Ward case that's set at Jasmine Ward, or no, not Jasmine Ward. Sorry, Dominic Ward with Kim Michon showed up she waved.
Today.
Yes, today.
Oh, 7/1 is 2 weeks, right? 6/16. 6/30. Thank you. I don't have, you know what? I bet you any.
Darian, I sent you the name in the chat.
Thank you.
Well, Miss Fortier, it's 11 o'clock. So on night, I'm going to put that in the bench warrant pile. Okay.
Okay, Judge, thank you. I have a couple things I have to do, but if for some reason I can always log back on my phone.
Yep. I'll reach out if anybody shows up. And did we figure out on Tyreek Kirk who the NDS is? Heather, do we know?
We were looking at Pierre Knight for that one.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
Oh, it's Liz Young on Pierre Knight.
It's Liz Young. Okay.
And I'm gonna send her an email right now explaining what we did and giving her paper discovery.
Okay,
Have a good day.
thanks, you too.
Bye, Darian.
But we have Mr. Kirk on here and no one from NDS appeared.
What's the first name on that one? I can text my contact. again.
Heather, do you know who it is too? It's not on here, but it's somebody appeared last week or on June the 8th because oh no, I guess not. No one appeared. I arraigned him. Never mind. It is last name Kirk, K-I-R-K, first name Tyreek, T-Y-R-E-E-K.
Okay, I'll text right now, Judge.
Oh, she has Elizabeth Young also on that one. Well, can somebody get Miss Young on? Heather, do you have contact information for Miss Young? Call her, and if she doesn't answer, apparently I'll have to adjourn it a week. Miss Gillis, you have Trooper Cope on your 11 o'clock, Norman Malala. Oh, we got Miss Young, Heather. Good morning, Miss Young. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. People versus Tyreek Kirk. And Mr. Kirk is on, he's the Galaxy A10, Miss Young.
I see. Hi, Mr. Kirk.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your Honor, if it's possible, I just want to make sure that the number that was given on the assignment form or in the Register of Actions is correct.
Yep, go ahead.
I have 313-459-3078. Mr. Kirk, is that your number?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to be giving you a call later today, just so keep an eye out.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's the status of discovery on this, Miss Gillis? Miss Gillis, what's the status of discovery on this? You just muted yourself again.
Which case?
Tyreek Kirk.
And Your Honor, I'm sorry for showing up 15 minutes late. I just got done.
No, don't worry about it. Your Pierre night was a no-show though this morning, just to let you know.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the status on Tyreek Kirk is I have discovery. It's just our records only indicated NDS. So we didn't know who to send it to.
Yep, it's Miss Young.
Your Honor, I did have Mr. Knight. The ROA is showing, 10:15.
Yep.
Could I ask the court to possibly issue a summons as opposed to a capias in that case? I believe the new law says that if it's.
We hold it for 48 hours, actually.
Perfect. Okay.
So if you get him on within 48 hours, then we'll just reset it.
Very well, thank you.
But I have a phone number and an email for him if you need it.
I'm guessing we probably have the same phone number. The Register of Actions is showing 734-858-7372.
That's correct. And that is the number that he gave me on June the 8th. I gave him this date with I spoke to him.
Okay, I'll keep trying. Could I have that email address though, please?
Sure. The email address for Mr. Knight is pierre.knight85@gmail.com.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And then on Mr. Kirk, so Miss Young, you need the discovery on this matter. So do we need an adjournment for some short period of time?
That would be nice, Your Honor. I don't have paper discovery.
She didn't know who to send it to. She's got you listed on it now.
Gotcha, thank you.
What,
Yeah, there should be digital because it's an OWI. There should be at least dash cam. body
how much time do you need, Miss Young, do you think?
Just a week.
We can do it next week at 9:30.
Let me see what city. If it's Van Buren, they're slower at getting digital uploaded. Let me see.
All right, do you want me to do 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Are you good on the 30th, Miss Young, or we could even go out to the 7th?
30th is good with me if it's good with Mr. Kirk.
Is that date good with you, Mr. Kirk?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then 2 weeks, June the 30th at 9:15. And that's going to be with Judge Martin.
Sounds
okay.
Good. And that's a PCC, correct?
And that is an adjourned PCC, correct?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. And
yeah, thank you. And you're all set for today.
Thank you, Miss.
And let us know, Miss Young, if you hear from Mr. Knight.
I will. I was here on another case as well. Is Kawante Jackson up on your docket?
You know what? It is. I didn't realize you were on it. We didn't have you listed. I'll list you on it. He's also a no-show.
Okay. Well, I just got these assignments. I haven't had time to look for people using my discovery if that's necessary. They're all.
You can, you know what? I'll tell you what, Heather, I'm going to bring these files to you. Hold them till next Monday.
Thank you.
Yep. And Miss Young, same thing. I spoke to him. He did not. Oh, I do have a phone number. You have the phone number that was listed on the Register of Action?
Yeah, 315-9253.
Yep. 9254.
That might be the problem. Oh, 9254. That is what I wrote.
Okay. And then I have Kawanti810@icloud.com is the email.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a note for Heather that we'll hold these until next Monday.
Did you say that was Hotmail?
No, iCloud.com. Yeah, at iCloud.com.
Okay, that sounds good. Your Honor, if I could just make one last request. If Gillis could send me Mr. Kirk's criminal history. It doesn't have to be in the form of a lien printout, but just any convictions that would be used for scoring of the guidelines or enhancing to an OWI third.
I've got it. Hang on. Do you want me to give you the dates?
So I'm not sure that I want his entire record read out loud right now while we're
understood.
But if Miss Gillis could just shoot me an email with a list, that would work too.
Miss Gillis, can you do that?
I'm not sure she knows she's on mute.
You're muted.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send you an email.
I'm trying to figure out.
It's not much.
No, well, I don't even see, is this charged as a felony? What's the other two? I only see one prior.
No, two. 1 and 14B.
Hang on. I'm going to go off